Hey troops, welcome back to the channel. My name's Ryan and I'm a former Royal Marines Commando from the United Kingdom, and today we're going to be covering yet again the crisis in the Ukraine. The Russian invasion continues, but first things first, we're going to get a few admin points out of the way and then we'll get into the show. It's a little earlier than yesterday, guys. I've done that on purpose. Hopefully we'll get a good bit of traction today, but either way, I wanted to get on a little bit earlier because we've been streaming till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And I know many people who watch this from certain parts of Europe and the States, it's mega early in the morning for you guys. So I decided to do it a little bit earlier. Hopefully that's a bit more convenient for you. Right then, let's see how many people's here. 78 concurrent viewers at the moment, so within the first couple of moments, it's about the same, isn't it, really? So thanks very much, troops, for stopping by yet again. As always, you know how it rolls on the channel. If you don't mind smashing that like button as soon as you get on, it helps the algorithm out. It helps the video reach a larger audience. So if you don't mind smashing that like button, it literally costs nothing and it takes 2 seconds to do, guys. That would be gratefully. I would be very grateful for that. Yeah. Nearly 100 viewers in the chat. Welcome, troops. Welcome back. We had a good stream yesterday. We had a good stream. It was 3 hours, just over 3 hours, I think it was. We had some pretty good stuff come out of that stream. Some good questions. I was going to release a video today based on the stream yesterday, but I decided to hold back because there's a few things that I want to do with that content. Okay. But tomorrow there will be a video from today's stream because I've got a lot of bite-sized content coming your way. I've just popped into the Estonian soldier's channel. I think is it Arta, how you pronounce his name? And I think we're going to do a bit of a joint live update on this because his knowledge is fantastic and I can give a different perspective on the whole situation. I mean, he's still a serving reservist, I believe, so I think it would be pretty good for us both to get our heads together. We do share a similar audience anyway, so why not? We're going to try and get that. Organized for you guys. Gives a different dynamic to the whole situation. We've got wow, we've got super chats and stuff coming in already, and group members very early on. So I'm going to respect that. We'll do a few bits of admin in a few moments, guys. But Kenpachi Zaraki, welcome to the Gendit Members Club, brother. You're the first one of today's stream, so welcome. I look forward to chatting to you as a member post-stream. And, you know, when this crisis is over, we'll be able to start talking and chatting and discussing about some different topics, hopefully. But I'll be a little bit more active in the community chat once all of this is blown over, but you never know. This might be going on for months, weeks, years. You never know. But welcome to the members club. The link is in the description, guys. And Kenpachi Zaraki, thank you again. I thank you for your super chat. If you're going to put a super chat, guys, I suggest you write a comment. It can be a statement, and it can be a comment. If you put a comment on there instead, preferably, it generates a lot of debate. It opens up the discussion, and it keeps things pretty fresh. So that's what's unique about the channel, to be fair. The questions that come out is from you guys, and you open the topic for 2-3 hours. So it's effectively your content, you know. So yeah, Kenpachi, appreciate the super chat, but yeah, try and associate that with a question. That would be very much appreciated. But no matter what, guys, I want to get all of the thanks out of the way at the beginning, so I don't have to keep on doing it throughout the stream. I just want to say thank you to everyone for joining. We get a lot of people watch these streams back after it's aired. And yeah, I just want to say thank you for stopping by. You're taking your time to come out of to come on your day to spend time on the channel and adding to the content. So thank you. If you are donating, and that's exactly what it is, a super chat is a donation, and a part of that goes to me, part of that goes to YouTube. That's how it goes. I think it's fair. I haven't got no complaints with that. I want to say thank you in advance for everyone that's prepared to donate via the membership super chat option, or the or becoming a member of the team, so to speak, by pressing the link in the description. Either way, I'm very, very grateful. It humbles me every single time I come onto these live streams, and the generosity that I receive on a daily basis at this moment in time has been overwhelming. So on behalf of myself, my wife, and my little girl, who effectively, you guys are paying my salary by doing this, so I have to say thank you, and I'm very, very grateful indeed. So thank you. That being said, troops, every 15 minutes or so, like we did last night, it varies, give or take 5 minutes. Instead of me asking you guys to like the channel and like the video and subscribe and share and all of that stuff all the time, what I will be doing is every 15-20 minutes, I'll take 1 minute out. The class is a little mini ad break, so to speak, of where I'll just go through the administrative points again, asking you to like, share the video, and subscribe if you haven't already, turning on all notifications. And by doing that, it just breaks the stream up a little bit. We can get onto a new topic. It allows new questions to filter through, a little bit of a reset, and it saves me asking every 2 seconds, because there's nothing worse than being on a stream where every 2 seconds the host is asking you to like the video. Okay, so as always, I'll explain why we ask you to like the video. It's not for brownie points or anything like that. By you guys directly pressing that like button, it tells YouTube that people are interested in the video. The more likes the video gets in a short period of time, as soon as you join the video, the bigger the algorithm gate is. So it opens up the parameters, and it just lets more viewers actually reach your content. So believe it or not everyone will get to see this video, because it won't reach a certain amount of likes. So if it does reach a certain amount of likes, it will open the gates up, and it will be more reachable to other people who may or may not want to might want to join in on the channel and communicate with us and watch the content. So it is really, really important to do so. So for the next 20 minutes or so, I'm not going to say anything in terms of liking, sharing, subscribing. But now, if everyone could literally swipe down, press that like button, it costs nothing. It takes 1 second to do. It's the easiest thing you can do for the channel, and it's actually one of the best things you can do for the channel. I would gratefully appreciate that. So, points of admin out of the way. I don't know how long we're going to be on tonight. We are earlier than normal, and we've got 300 concurrent viewers already. We got up to about, I think it was about 2,000 people yesterday at one point, which was pretty cool and pretty humbling, guys. So again, thanks for stopping by. I look forward to chatting with you all. And yeah, one more point actually. When I get time throughout the day, I actually watch the stream back, and because I'm answering all the super chats, because I'm responding to all the new members, them are the guys who create the flavor of the stream, so to speak, depending on what they're asking. That being said, for those that don't do that, I still try and read all of your comments the next day, or maybe it's a few days after. So I'm still catching up on a few of the comments from yesterday's stream. So I do read it all right? It does take me quite a while, but I do get through it. So don't think that just because I'm not reading your particular comment because it isn't a super chat, that I won't read those comments the next day or the next day or the next day, because I will try and go through every one of them. I like to understand how the stream's going. I like to understand what the narrative is, because I don't always get to see it, because I see a different side via the super chats. Does that make sense? And that's it, guys. So that being said, let's get into the first super chat. Question is from, who's it from? Jenna Myers. Thank you. It's a super sticker you've sent a mustache. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Todd Bruce, thank you for your super chat. You're saying USA GB Friends for Life. Yeah, it goes without saying, buddy. Friends for Life. USA and Great Britain have we've had a bit of a rocky past, but you know it's how brothers work, isn't it? We're always fighting. But yeah, I've got a lot of friends from America for Life who I wouldn't have met if I didn't serve in the military. You know, literally I had the best time in America with the US Marines and the Royal Marines. Yeah, and it was good to see the other side of why that friendship has lasted so long, you know, with Great Britain and USA. We don't need to go into the 1800s to remind ourselves why we might have fallen out, But yeah, I've done a few videos on that in the past, explaining that. But thanks for your super chat, Todd. Good to see you here, buddy. Kempachi Zaraki, thank you for your super chat. You're saying, I've been watching you for a while. Do you think NATO should step in? So I've got a bit of a... in terms of my limited knowledge on the crisis and what's going on over here, NATO is there to help NATO. All right, it's how you'd expect it to work. It's one of those because everyone wants, you know, NATO to help out a country that's in need, all right? But there's certain provisions that need to be in place. Otherwise, what's the point of having NATO as a safeguarding organisation for those countries who pay into it and put the work in, all right? So at this moment in time, if you're not part of NATO, should you really be receiving help? It sounds horrible, but we just got to be honest with it. I mean, look at how much money certain countries pump into that, all right? There's a lot of money gets pumped into it. So effectively, at this moment in time, until they spill into other countries that are NATO origin, I would say no. I mean, morally, I want them to, but thinking politically, and I don't tend to get too political on the channel, thinking logically, I don't think they're going to. But for me, if it was me and I had the choice to say, yeah, get them involved, I'd probably be swaying more towards yes, I think they should be stepping in. But they are already stepping in indirectly, all right? You just have to look at the countries who are funding the Ukraine with weaponry, munitions, training, short-term training teams, all of that, okay? And if you think about how many foreign troops, civilians have actually volunteered to join the Ukrainian Foreign Legion, I think it's like it was 80,000 or something yesterday. I think it was 80,000, which is a hell of a lot of people, okay? I mean, I think the United Kingdom's military stands at 82,000 now, give or take. So I think it's one of those things where, you know, I don't know, 80,000 people indirectly have helped from NATO countries. So they've been smart with it, okay? They've been smart with it. The thing that I'm a little bit not confused with, and I've got to be careful of how I comment on this, is we frowned upon volunteers going to certain countries in the Middle East for certain reasons to fight against bad guys, all because it was a certain region and a certain area in the Middle East. I don't know if that's got a racial undertone to it, but we weren't so happy with that happening. I've heard, is it, I'm forgetting his name, he was on GB News the other day. He used to be on LBC, I believe. I can't remember his name now. He was talking about it, and he certainly believed that there was a racial undertone with the whole thing. And we certainly haven't got the same undertone with this crisis and sending our civilians into the Ukraine to fight. I mean, there's jobs coming through my side. I've seen posts and stuff that I could quite easily have getting involved in that are paying $1,000, $2,000 a day, all right, to get involved. The same job posts would have been frowned upon a couple of years in certain areas. So, I don't know. It's a strange one, guys, isn't it? It's a strange one. The narrative's not created by the people we would like it to most of the time, but we just got to go with it at the end of the day. But, yeah, thanks for your super chat question, Kempachi. I appreciate that, buddy. Margot, I can't pronounce your surname. I'm not going to try to, but welcome to the Gendit Members Club, my friend. I look forward to speaking to you guys post-stream. As always, we'll have a community discussion that is normally led by me, but I extract information from these streams. I get a little bit of a flavour of what you guys want to talk about, and then I post a question orientated around that. So it's pretty good. It's good to see the engagement post-stream as well. It shows how many people are actually really interested in this, and there's quite a lot of you guys interested in that. But yeah, we're going to look to develop that members club a little further in the coming weeks, you know, because at the moment we are literally engaging with each other via the community tab. If we can engage further than that, if you want to join the Discord, I'll drop a link in the description at some point towards the end of the chat, guys. The Discord community that we used to have was a couple of thousand strong, okay, and we didn't even try to grow it. It just grew to that. And I deleted it. I had a bit of a moment. I deleted it. I got rid of it for various reasons, but we've got a Discord community back again. So we're going to try and grow that, and I think that'll be a good place for you guys to hang out virtually. All right. So yeah, that's that. Yeah, welcome, Margot. I appreciate you supporting the channel. Def Tony, hey buddy, I spoke to you yesterday. Good to see you back here. Thanks for your super chat. You're saying thoughts on potential Russia World War III advanced weapons, deep sea tsunami nukes, atmosphere level EMP nukes, buried suitcase nukes snuck into USA years ago. Buried suitcase nukes. I don't know what you mean by that. That's if you want to elaborate on that a little bit more. But thoughts on the potential Russian World War III advanced weapons. The thing is, everything's hearsay until they show it. And at this moment in time, from the news articles that I've been reading, I get how propaganda works, so we might not be getting the full picture. But from what I've seen, there's been a lot of talk over the years about certain elements of the Russian military being pretty advanced. And at this moment in time, we're not really seeing it. I mean, for Christ's sake, we had a convoy 40 miles long, strategically talking in 2022. That's not the most tactical thing to do, all right? We haven't really seen that since the likes of World War I and II, just getting 40 miles worth of weaponry and hard stock and just putting them on a road. And what makes that matter horrendous, all right, is that they didn't even fuel that convoy effectively. They literally had to stop on that road, and there are probably still elements of that still there to this day. From a few days ago. If someone can drop a comment below about that, I'd be interested to hear about that convoy. They didn't have enough fuel to continue, and the troops on the ground, the soldiers, didn't have enough rations to feed themselves. This is a few days into an invasion, and they've already not got fuel. So that tells me the G4 chain to resupply them is absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. We've always known Russia over the years, throughout the generations, to be good in certain areas, but one thing they're terrible at is logistics. Their logistics chain to resupply the guys on the ground is absolutely horrendous, and we haven't seen any improvements since the back end of the Cold War. We haven't seen any improvements, okay? The same problem happened in Afghanistan, the same thing happening here, but this is a few days into an invasion. And I've heard a few different takes on this. One of them is they're holding back some of their more advanced kit, gear and equipment, and some of their more heavily trained troops. But why would they do that? Why would they do that? They're invading a country. I don't see why they would do that. So for me, I don't think they're as organised as they've made out over the year. I think that the stereotype hasn't really lived up to the hype, and at this moment in time, I don't really think they're doing as good as expected. Okay, they were expected to come in here and bulldoze the country over, and it's just not happening in that way. Def Tony. So my thoughts on potential Russian World War III advanced weapons and stuff like that. Yeah, whatever. Until we see it, it's not really a game changer, is it? One thing's for sure, we know NATO countries outweigh them in pretty much every way, and you can bet your bottom dollar, all right, the amount of money that goes into the US budget, the biggest budget on the planet. I think the last I heard it was at $800 billion a year, something like that. If someone can get their direct stats below, I'd appreciate that. You can bet your bottom dollar they've got more advanced kit than any other NATO country combined. It's just a fact, all right? World Police, the biggest entity, they've got a few things up the sleeve. So if anyone wants to start pulling advanced weapons out their arses, then I think they're going to be trumped not just by NATO, but by a single country, and that's America. You know. But thanks for your question. That's an interesting one. That the Hunt Scout. Thank you for your super chat. You're stating, do you believe Putin will take this war to the next level? Out of consideration of potential mental volatility, been watching you for years. Thank you. Hey, the Hunt Scout. Well, actually, speaking of on your last point, we're 22 months old on the channel, and we are going to be 2 years old on my wife's birthday on the 15th of April, actually. So, yeah, I think we need to do something to celebrate. But thank you for supporting the channel, guys. This started off as a stupid gimmick because I was unemployed, and it's turned out to be pretty cool. So the first part of your question, you stated, do you believe Putin will take this war to the next level? It depends on what you think that next level will be. Obviously, he's going to escalate things accordingly because he's not just going to back down. That would be pretty embarrassing. We've already seen his embarrassment with what happened in Afghanistan, all right? As soon as the CIA or the Americans or whoever you want to talk about armed the Taliban or the Mujahideen, whatever they were called at the time, with the ground-to-air missiles, all right? The game changed for them guys big time, and that was embarrassing for them, okay? That was a big, big embarrassment. Do I think this has got the potential to be embarrassing for them? Absolutely. I think they're fighting with... we're talking about NATO getting involved, right? At this moment in time, and I've heard enough about people who's on the ground over there, I don't think at this moment in time they even need direct NATO support. I mean, the indirect support that they're getting is working really, really well. I think Ukraine's doing better than we think. Bearing in mind they're being invaded by a major contender in the World League of who the best militaries are. I mean, Russia is huge. Okay, I think they're doing all right, guys, and I think Putin's underestimated their resilience, their initial resilience as well. And you link that with their lack of, I say a lack, candidly, they've got a terrible logistics chain, Russia. And that's shown right now. And we're going to go through this map. Let's change onto this thing. We're going to go through this map again, this live update map. It's pretty cool. The information we've been getting off this is fantastic. It does give a bit of a flavour of what's going on the ground. Okay, it's a fantastic way of keeping up to date. But first we'll get through the rest of the super chats, guys. But thank you for that, The Hunt. I appreciate your question, buddy. Hopefully that answers it. If I go on a bit of a tangent, guys, it's because I've had pre-workout at the gym and it hasn't fully came out my system yet. Devon Ellis in Indianapolis, grateful to live in a free country, you're saying. Yeah, free country. I mean, Ukraine was saying that last week, but it doesn't look so free at this moment in time, does it? There's a former Royal Marines commando, someone I know from the Royal Marines, Emil Gessen, who's currently out there. He's a independent journalist, so to speak, and he covers a lot of things in the Middle East. He's a one-man band. He takes his camera and his laptop and he goes to these war zones. He gets right in the thick of it as a journalist, and he starts reporting the news. And I've been watching a few of his things over there. And it's a scary situation. You know, he said he was there not so long ago, and the place of which he was at was actually, it was booming with people. People were having drinks and parties outside and everything, and now he's at the same place and it's deserted. It's quite a scary transition indeed, and he's a guy that I actually want to try and get in contact with, maybe get him on the channel to maybe give a live update on. But yeah, I'm grateful that we live in a free country, whatever that means as well. Devon, thanks for your super chat, buddy. Sorry, I just need to catch up with these. Got a few more coming in. Where we at? Sorry, guys, there's quite a few of these super chats that's coming in. Will try and get through every single super chat, guys, so be patient with me. Samad Rafi, thank you for your super chat. You're saying just joining RN, so that's right now, or Royal Navy, one of the two. Are you aware that a Romanian MiG-21 and rescue helicopter have gone missing near the border with Ukraine and Moldova? No, I haven't. I'm guessing, right, Moldova, so that's South Ukraine, right? It's the south of Ukraine, rather. Oh, right, hang on. Rescue helicopter. This might be it. Wow, yeah, that was an hour ago, so that wasn't too long. Where's the source of that information coming from, though? Right, a Twitter. So it's a tweet. Romanian media reporting that a Romanian MiG-21 disappeared off the radar, and the IAR-330 that was sent out to search for the missing MiG-21 also disappeared from the radar. Whoa. Went down 11 kilometers from the airfield. Is that the airfield in which it took off from, or the airfield that it was going to? The MiG-21 pilot had reported bad weather and received orders to return to base. That's not looking good then, guys. Wow. Right, I'm just seeing if there's anything else on this. Right, there's nothing else coming from that. Nah, that's only happened an hour ago. That's pretty well. That report's come out an hour ago. It's not looking good in that respect. Then, thank you for your super chat, Samad. I appreciate that. Boy Dad, thank you for your super chat. You're saying, hey man, there's a new video by NFKRZ, who is a Russian YouTuber, and it gives a good view on how sanctions are affecting Russians. Might be worth a look at. A few things out of that, actually, Boy Dad, and thank you for your thank you for your super chat. Now, Russian YouTubers, especially the big state media YouTubers, are actually getting banned instantly. So RT News and stuff like that are no longer available in my country to watch. I don't know if it's been banned permanently, but I think it might have just been restricted to Russia. So it's not a direct sanction. I mean, Google doesn't sanction in that way. Obviously, it's a government thing, a political thing. But the thing is with sanctions, and we've seen this throughout the generations of how sanctions work, it's they put a massive toll on the innocents. It's put a massive toll on the people. Okay, so Putin's not going to be directly affected by sanctions. In fact, we've seen the price of oil went from whatever it was when Trump was in power to how much is it now? Over 100, the barrel of oil. So if you look at the sanctions that's been in place, he's one of, and we talked about this a few days ago, he's one of the only people in modern history who is actually directly benefiting from certain sanctions being in place. We've never heard of that before. A person of such, a dictator or whatever you want to call him, actually benefiting from invading the country and the sanctions being imposed on him. He's actually generating wealth for himself with in turn the oil and gas price. It's absolutely, it blows my brain. It blows my brain, guys, at how this is... We've never seen this before, and Trump was talking about that as well. I don't want to mention the T-Dog, but we sometimes we have to, guys. Moldova's not loading up, but that's the region there. My wife is due to go out there for work at one point this year, but that ain't happening, let's face it. Thank you for your super chat, boy, Dad. Lethal Fetus. Hey, I spoke to you yesterday. I'm not sure what that currency is, brother, but thank you for your super chat. You're saying, love the content, man. I think you are doing a lot by taking part in this info war. I appreciate it. It's the least I can do. If I can't get involved physically, which, you know, the rumour has it I actually can now. We are allowing volunteers to be released from England and fighting over there. But at this moment in time, it's if I can do it from this side, and I'm going to do it from this side, guys. But I know a couple of guys who are out over there on the front lines actually reporting back. Yeah, I don't know if I've got that. I don't know if I've got that in me anymore, to be honest with you guys. If there's a few people out there who I would definitely report alongside if I had the opportunity, and I might actually get in contact with them and see how they're doing over there at this moment in time. But I appreciate you supporting the channel, buddy. I appreciate that. Carl Graneth, hey, I was speaking to you yesterday as well, buddy. Thank you for your super chat. You're saying 4 Russian aircraft just went into Sweden airspace. Is that confirmed? What source have we got that from, buddy? We'll have a look on this live map very soon, actually, about that. We'll see what's going on. Right, actually, that's about 15-20 minutes. Troops, we've got over 800 live concurrent viewers in the chat. Over 400 likes. If we can get those likes up to 800 or very close to in the next couple of seconds, I'll be a very happy man. I really appreciate it. And until the next 20 minutes or so, I'll not mention that again. So if you can literally just swipe down and press that like button. It takes 2 seconds. It costs you nothing. It's the easiest thing you can do. And it hopefully opens the floodgates to get more people into the chat as well. I want to see over 1,000 concurrent viewers on this stream today. But if you could just smash that like button, troops, I'd really, really appreciate it. That's that. Carl Granner, thank you for your super chat, buddy. What else have we got? Christian Barragan, thank you for your super chat. You're saying, hey, Ryan, have you seen the Russian guy on the DW network justifying this war because America attacked Iraq, Afghanistan, and Syria? No, I haven't, but I've heard a few people say things similar. 2 wrongs don't make a right at the end of the day, and we can all comment on the situations of bygone wars, but this is what's happening now, okay? This is what's happening now. Again, just because it was wrong then doesn't mean to say we have to follow suit with these types of things, but it's, yeah, I hate it when we use those comparisons. It's like, well, yeah, that happened, but how far back do we go comparing and trying to justify certain actions of the past to warrant decisions today? We've got to let go of the past sometimes and just get on with what's going on now. And at this moment in time, it's all about Ukraine and Russia. We need to forget about the Middle East to a degree. That's my personal opinion. Doesn't make it right, but that's my personal opinion, Christian. Seen the Russian guy on DW Network. I haven't been on DW Network either, to be fair. I might look that up after this. Thank you for your super chat. Kempachi again, Zaraki, with your super chat. You're saying, I'm an American. I agree with you, but I think this needs to stop. It's looking a lot like World War II and how Hitler just pushed and pushed. Yeah, we've seen someone who's desperate, and in desperate times, desperate measures, desperate things occur. I think the fact that a lot of these skirmishes in certain areas aren't really going fully his way is going to add fuel to the fire, to be honest with you. I think Putin's that type of man who's not really going to take these small-scale defeats happily. He's not going to be happy about that at all. That convoy situation, I still can't believe that, guys. If anyone's got any more information on that, please drop a comment on there. But if that doesn't piss Putin off, he must be so angry at his senior staff, the generals. Who are the people, the decision makers on the ground? It shows how disorganized it is. A disorganized military, for me, is proof that the leadership is failing from the top, because the guys at the bottom, fueling vehicles up is a job at the bottom, all right? But it's up to the people at the top to ensure that these basic things get done. This type of stuff in the Royal Marines is unheard of. Vehicles not being fueled, rations not being carried. Like your G4 supply chain to be able to resupply on the ground. All of this takes part in the planning stages, months and months before any of these major. I mean, he's invading a bloody country, for Christ's sake. He's not doing a section attack across a woodblock. He's invading a massive country, and the supply chain's just fallen at the start. It ceased to exist from the start. It's terrible. It is embarrassing. I don't think Putin's going to be taking that one too happily. Yeah, thank you for your super chat, buddy. What else have we got here? Kempachi again with the super chat. You're saying Russia is looking bad right now. It's showing their weaknesses. I agree. Bob Gable is saying, wouldn't we normally bomb from air and artillery for days before moving in? Yes. From a tactical standpoint, from a traditional tactical standpoint, that's what I would like to think we would do. However, it's not we in this situation. It's Russia. They haven't really done that. There's a theory behind that. And I hinted on that theory a few moments ago in terms of why would they do that? Some would say Putin's holding back his better soldiers, his better forms of artillery. He's going to try and demoralize and what's the word? And fatigue the Ukrainians. But in doing so, the morale of his own troops will be rock bottom. All right, no one wants to just go into battle undermanned, under-skilled, under-equipped, just to get killed, just for a tactical decision, do they? You'd like to think that they're going to bombard them first, use all of the decent assets to their advantage, and then send the guys in. Even if they are ill-equipped, ill-trained, if you bombarded the areas first and then just sent the ground troops in, as we've traditionally done in the past, and it's worked very, very well around the world throughout the generations over, I don't know why he's not thinking that way. It tells me that, again, they're just not as good as everyone has anticipated they would be. The stereotype hasn't lived up to the hype. Do you understand, Bob? That's my take on it. Again, it's just an opinion. That's all we've got on here, guys. Opinions. Wow, we've got 976 concurrent viewers, nearly pushing that 1,000 mark. As soon as we push that 1,000 mark, guys, start spamming the chat with a thumbs up so I know, because I don't always keep an eye on the concurrent viewers. And let's smash that like button, troops. Let's get those likes over 1,000 on today's stream. Thanks for being here. If you've just joined in, guys, you're in for a treat today. And hopefully you guys have missed the bits that you have missed. You can watch it back later on. But good question, Bob. I understand where you come from there from a tactical standpoint. Interesting. Hey, Victor Garul, my buddy, my good old buddy, is back in the chat. Nice to see you here every single day, Victor. It's good to speak to you again. What are you saying? You're saying Russians' 40-mile convoy is running out of gas and food 18 miles out of Kiev, and some Russian troops are sabotaging their own equipment. Yeah, so I'm guessing that's a latest update then. They were 40-mile convoy is running out of gas. I heard a lot of different stories stating that a lot of them have run out of gas, and they're literally stood there as a result of that. You know, weakness is the thing is, why is Ukraine not pushing that situation now? Then why are they not putting some of their focus and efforts there. Maybe it's a diversion. Maybe it's done on purpose so they can divert their attention, get out of Kiev, and somewhere else they're going to launch a different attack from the flank. That's the only reason I could see them doing that. But again, from what I've seen so far, I don't think it is a diversion. I think they've generally ran out of fuel and they haven't planned. They've got piss poor planned, to be fair. Victor Garul, thank you for your super chat question, buddy. Gerald Armstrong, thank you for your super chat. You're saying, hey, Commando, trying to find a live stream that only tactical and not political. I think the old Russian tech and conscription is the problem from the first wave. Yeah, you've put it better than what I did initially. Old Russian tech is being used, is what they're saying in this initial first wave, and conscribes, i.e. the national service, the guys who haven't volunteered, those who've done a few weeks training, have to serve a year. It's those guys who's got sent in. It does show. But again, that's going to affect the morale of the military. I think it would have been better to embed them soldiers, the conscribes, in and mix them in with those who have experience, and put them in with better kit and mix that better kit with some of the old kit as well. So you've got a mix. It doesn't make sense to just barrage Ukraine on an invasion on a world scale. All right, the whole world's watching at you. The whole world's watching with glaring eyes, and yeah, you're sending conscribes in an old kit. To me, it doesn't make sense, but yeah, you might have a point there, Jared, and it's something that's been spoken about, and I've seen it a few times in different news articles. Thank you for your super chat. Darth Cynical, I appreciate that, buddy. What are you saying? Do you think they are probing Ukraine defense and NATO with conscripts and cannon fodder, perhaps holding back for options, if that makes any sense? Thanks for the commentary. Yeah, similar to what Gerald said. But to me, it just seems like such a waste when you could have used and embedded those ill-experienced soldiers and old kit in with better kit and more experienced soldiers and had a better outcome from the start, and your morale would have been higher. It doesn't make any sense to start getting rid of cannon fodder, so to speak. All right, those days are surely should be left back in World War I and II. We've came a long way from that. Why isn't Russia? Why haven't they learned that doesn't work? Okay. Such loss of life, great loss of life, and I'm not sympathising with anyone. As you know, guys, I try to stay pretty neutral on things, and I just try and report based off the news, okay? But at the end of the day, there's lives on both sides being lost here, and that's the problem that I have, okay? Life is life at the end of the day. Through bad political decisions, innocent people are losing their lives on both sides. That's what we have to remember here. You're also saying, Darth, thanks for the commentary. My pleasure, my friend. Thanks for the super chat and being here. It's much appreciated. Def Tony, again, with the super chat. What are you saying? Old defector here say for the suitcases, which is why I said potentially. Could the convoy be done on purpose to root out potential defectors? Not saying it goes his way, even if all this is the case. Old defectors here say for the suitcases, which is why I said potential. Could the convoy be done on purpose to root out potential defectors? I don't think so. I don't see the logic in that. But then again, I don't see the logic in the invasion either. So there's not a logic in this war. There's not a lot. There's not a lot of logic. Bit of a tongue twister that. Thank you for your super chat, Def Tony. I don't know, buddy. Maybe you could elaborate a little bit more on that. I'm not sure. I don't think so. I can't see the logic in it. Bob Gable, again, thank you for your super chat. You're saying, do you think it's possible the Russians just remove Putin? That was mentioned yesterday. In terms of you're asking, do the Russians just remove Putin? Are we talking about the leadership who's surrounding him at this moment in time, the disgruntled leadership, the leaders in certain areas of his political cabinet, so to speak, who are scared to death of him? So really, their decisions are just the yes man decisions to keep a certain guy happy. Those people, I don't think they've got the backbone, to be fair. I think they've been terrorized and petrified for so long that they just haven't got it anymore. Their mentality is weak. So I don't think he's at risk of anything like that. I don't think the cowboy and western days of taking people out in that way exist anymore. I just don't think we're going to see that. I could be wrong though, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. If I'm honest, I don't think that's what's going to happen. But interesting point you made there, Bob. Thank you. Right, I need to scroll back up for these questions. Where are we at? Got quite a few super chats come through. Sorry guys, I need to catch up. Right, so I can only go so far up. Hopefully I haven't missed any out. If I have, my massive apologies. But the next super chat that I can see is from Aku42. Would you again fight for freedom if Russia starts World War III? I would if I have to, yeah. But I think the normal guy in my street would as well. If we have to, yes. The only difference is, would I be more suited because of my training? Partially. But yeah, goes without saying. If I had to fight for freedom, if it was like, yeah, you're getting called up, there's no real choice in the matter, and it's for this reason, if it's to protect my family and home, yes, is the answer, in short. Thank you for your super chat. Daniel Hackinson, hey, thank you for the massive 500 sec. That is the biggest super chat of the live stream. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much. What are you saying? As of a few hours ago, 4 Russian aircrafts violated Swedish airspace near Gotland Island in the Baltic Sea. Gotland Island is the most strategic place in the north of Europe. It is confirmed by the Swedish Armed Forces. / greetings from Sweden. Yeah, well, if it's north near where Sweden is and stuff like that, we've there's always a contingent of British military in the northern flank for that very reason, to protect that corridor. There's Royal Marines go out there for 3 months every year. In fact, there'll be Royal Marines out there right now. I have no doubt about that. So yeah, they're messing with the wrong guys if they want to go into that area. You know, we've got very specialized individuals from Britain, Sweden, and Norway and Finland in them operating in those areas. So be it at their own peril. But thank you for that very, very massive super chat. I appreciate that, brother. AW is saying, do you think China will use this war to make a move on Taiwan while all the attention is on Russia? Yes, I do think they will. That's my personal opinion. I do think they will not necessarily use this war, but they'll certainly capitalize on the fact that this is occurring. I think they will. That's just my opinion. I think they're going to try their luck, but I don't think they'll capitalize on it just yet. I think they want it to escalate further, wait until NATO intervenes, maybe see some American troops on the ground, and then they'll do it. Why? Because we'll have other people in other areas focusing on Ukraine and not Taiwan. Does that make sense? That's my take on it. Again, it's just an opinion. Brad Claxton, thank you for your super chat. You're saying, I think the reason they are so disorganized is most of the Russian military didn't know they were invading. If you believe the Russian prisoner of wars, I think the reason they are disorganized is most of the Russian militaries didn't know they were invading. Really? Well, actually, yeah, they're so segregated with information. Obviously, the communist regime, the information that they get is restricted. In the free world, where we can digest as much information as we want. We've got a lot more access to different things. I can imagine being in certain parts of the military in Russia, you're pretty much segregated from the outside world if they wanted you to be. So, yeah, it's a very good point there, Brad. Thank you for your super chat. Tyler Dowdy, thank you for your super chat, brother. Turkey is claiming one of their fighter jets were shot down over the Black Sea. We've heard a few stories of that, and we're going to look into the map. I'm sure we'll see that actually on the map highlighted. It's all happening, guys. Thank you for your super chat, brother. I appreciate that. I'm trying to get through these questions, guys. Ex-Bonsney, thank you for your super chat. Paul Nilland, Russia to impose martial law on Friday. Today they passed a law, punishment of 15 years for anyone writing wrong about the war. I'm not surprised. Don't be stingy, Mark says, thank you for your super chat. You're saying, if Putin can capture the south of Ukraine, he would be able to control 70% of imports as well as gas and oil. Take Transnistria and Moldova, would he then bolster, I can't see what you're saying there, and take the area hostage until he gets what he wants? Well, there's apparently a lot of oil reserves in the Ukraine, which he's after, which kind of kind of bolsters your point there. I don't know if the control of 70% of imports is accurate. It makes sense, though, when you're bearing in mind you're looking at the region. Obviously, we're looking at most of our logistical imports, get transported by sea freight. So, yeah, it does make sense from that standpoint. Right, what else have we got here? Duke Flanagan, welcome to the Gendered Members Club. I look forward to speaking to you guys after this in a private discussion via the community tab. Welcome, brother. I appreciate that. If anyone else wants to join as a member, the link is in the chat, pinned at the top, troops. I've just seen a comment from Victor Garul. Again, apologies, I need to go there. There we go. Victor Garul says, Russia isn't dumb. Never take things face value, especially in war. Russia has much better equipment. They could be setting diversions, you think? Very good point you make. My initial opinion on it is I don't think they're diverting anything. I think what you see is what you get. I think they might be holding certain elements of their military back, but it doesn't make logistical sense to invade a country. We're not talking about sporadic skirmish missions that are taking place over small amounts of land and in a small coverage area. We're talking about an invasion of a very, very big place indeed. It doesn't make military sense. Strategically, it's never been done before. So why do it now? And yeah, I just think in the past we've seen certain strategies take place from Russia and they haven't worked out either. So I just think it's bad decision making and bad war strategy from the top. I don't think it's a diversion. Personally, I think it's just what we're seeing is terrible decision making and the lack of ability to be able to make those decisions work. All right, from the ground up. Good question, buddy. Thank you. Brian Rayborn, thank you for your super chat. You're saying, seen on Reddit sub our Texas checkout, don't mess with Ukraine, regards Ukraine officer. All right, so I need to check that out. I'll have a look at that, buddy. Uni Gaming, thank you. I spoke to you yesterday, buddy. Thanks for joining again. What are you saying? Russia is facing a demo/econ catastrophe. UA has natural gas, like Russia, and wants more defensible lines for when they can maintain their military size. Interesting that you say can't maintain their military size. I'll tell you what's more interesting, the fact that gas and oil is linked to this war as well. All right, I don't want to say as always, we're going down we're potentially going down the conspiracy route. But oil and gas, it's been mentioned in every war for past 100 years? It's interesting. What's your guys' thoughts on that? Bearing in mind, we invaded Iraq with a certain threat. It turned out that it wasn't the case. It turned out that it could have been about oil. What's your thoughts on that? I'd be interested. Let's open the debate about that a little bit, actually. What's your thoughts on oil and gas? Thank you for your super chat. I'm Cuban too. Thank you for your super chat. You're saying, I saw on a Ukraine channel Russian troops breaking into Ukraine stores and stealing food, clothes, leaving, walking home, ditching their Russian uniforms. So the first part of this, you said you saw on a Ukraine channel that Russian troops are breaking into Ukraine stores and stealing food, clothes, leaving, walking from home, ditching their Russian uniforms. So I think the key to that is we need to look at this. We need to play devil's advocate on this, okay? We need to be logical. It would a Ukrainian channel wouldn't necessarily show them in their best light, because we got to look at not just on a Ukrainian stage and the people of Ukraine. We need to look at it on a world stage, and we need to view. It's important that we view Russia as being weak right now, so our mentality doesn't. It's about morale and it's about mentality. It's a morale booster if you see Russia struggling. So you see the breaking into stores, stealing food and clothes. It shows that they haven't got the correct kit and equipment. The logistical chain is bad. It gives confidence to the troops fighting on the ground, thinking we've got this, all right, just keep on pushing, because they haven't even got any food, so they can't last that much longer, okay? It puts them in a good state of mind. And you say they're walking home, ditching the Russian uniforms. That, to me, says that if we can portray that picture, it shows that they're demoralized. It shows that their mind wasn't in the game in the first place. And if the soldier's mind isn't in the game, they're not fighting for... if they're not prepared to fight because they don't believe in it, then you haven't got a military, have you? You haven't got a soldier effective. And that, again, is going to boost the confidence of the Ukrainian soldiers. So whether that's true or not, I'm not sure, but it's certainly good for the Ukrainians to be able to put that kind of news out there, whether it's true or not. Does that make sense? It's all about mindset. You'd be surprised at how many mind games go on with war. It's where the original manipulation started. All right, humans have developed their manipulative spirit through war over generations of war fighting. All right, it's where everything gets innovated, not just mentality, not just psychological factors. We're looking at technology. Most of the technologies that we enjoy today is as a result of war. Okay, war develops the human race in a strange way. Weird that. Let's talk about that, actually. Xander Sheepers, thank you for your 35 ZAR. I'm not sure what that currency is, brother, but I appreciate that nonetheless. What else we got? Duke Flanagan, thank you for your kind donation, brother. Make sure you get a question pertaining to that next time, buddy. It's good to speak to you guys. Bob Gable, thank you for your super chat. You're saying maybe like the mafia, they take out the boss because he's bad for business. Yeah. Let's hope. Marcus Jones. What kind of name is that, man? Marcus Jones. I'm not going to read your surname. Thank you for your super chat. You're saying this war for Putin is going as well as Stalin's winter war with Finland. Interesting point you made there. The Finnish people are hard, tough people. Bremner's Ghost, thank you for your super chat. Can't see this becoming a volunteer in PMC's war. Or can see this becoming a volunteer in PMC's war. I said that a few days ago, actually. Hear me out. So, PMC, for those of you that don't know, not result of intelligence, private military contractors. There's already jobs out there paying $1,000 to $2,000 a day. Quite easy work. I say quite easy work, all right? It's standard stuff, all right? There'll be jobs going out there for a lot more, but there's jobs, generally speaking, going out there for a couple of grand a day to do various different things. Private military contracting. It's big business. It'd be worth definitely billions in Ukraine. Definitely billions. Whether it goes into trillions depends on how long this goes out. I can't see it going into 10, 20 years. But then again, this has been brewing since 2014, really. You know, when we looked at the annexation of Crimea and stuff like that. It's all been brewing for a while. But it's definitely worth billions. Private military contractors. Depending on how this escalates and grows further, it could be worth a lot more. Yeah, I agree with you on that, Bremner. Good point. Ian De Silva, thank you for your super chat. You're saying got buddies down range volunteering in Ukraine. Anyway, you could use your platform to help raise donations for IFAK kits and other medical supplies. I've actually got something in the pipeline to help. And in the coming week or so, I'll be speaking a little bit more about that, actually. So we have got something brewing in the pipeline that I want to do something for that. But I'm not sure. What's the IFAK? Oh, IFAK kits, yeah, you've seen. Yeah, stay posted on that one, Ian. Good point you make there, brother. If I've missed any chats, again, I do apologize. My chat's going so quick. It's going really quick, actually. It sometimes doesn't generate or regenerate. Darth Cynical, welcome to the Agenda Members Club, brother. I appreciate you supporting the channel and becoming a member. I look forward to speaking to you in a private members-only community tab post after this stream has ended. Appreciate that, brother. Welcome to the club, man. Buey, thank you for your super chat. You're saying I don't trust either side. On my own, USA. Wow, that's a big statement you made there, brother. The propaganda is hard to dodge. The elites will use our emotions like a tool. I agree with you on that one. But it's all to do with how much you're willing to be to be used effectively. All right, there's a situation in everything where your emotions can be manipulated and used in a certain way. So the power is on you still. The power's on you still. But yeah, I don't disagree with you on that one, Buey. It's interesting how propaganda is used. Yeah, it's an interesting topic to discuss, actually. Unigaming, thank you for your super chat. You're saying Russia didn't do a diversion. Goal was quick win. I think I agree. So I didn't believe that there was going to be any tactical reasons for these so-called diversions and convoys, and maybe it's because of this and maybe it's because of that. I just think there were flaws in the tactical planning stages. There was flaws in their output based on that tactical failure. So if the plan stage has failed, then everything else thereafter is failing. Okay, so yeah, I don't think it's a diversion like you say. Their goal was, let's just steamroll in, see how good we can do, and they haven't done that well. Does that make sense? I agree with you, Unigamin. Good point. Scrolling. Def Tony, Devil's Advocate. Putin is messing, removing Azov. Putin is messily removing Azov. Yeah, if you guys want to add to that, Def Tony, thank you for your super chat. Open Seat, thank you for your super chat. You're saying if Russia is having this much trouble with Ukraine, they've done if they have to face NATO. Right, let me show you something, right? Let's have a look at... Let's have a look at this. NATO, Russia, Ukraine stats. Statista. I think this is it. No, it's not that one. Here we go. I think it's this one. Oh, where is it? Anyone got a link, guys? There was let's see if we can find stats. Right, there's... I can't find that one, guys. But in a nutshell, there was a comparison of NATO numbers, Ukraine numbers, Russia numbers. NATO, Ukraine in every situation in terms of their infantries, their tanks, their nuclear weapons, their air capability, their sea capability, their artillery capability. The Ukraine, the numbers wise, fell below par. They couldn't even compete in terms of numbers, right? But then you looked at Russia, which was formidable in terms of numbers. But then you looked at NATO, and NATO beats them in every department. The only one that's close, and it's a close one, but it's still not close, and I'll get into that, is the nuclear warhead situation. Russia has comparable number of warheads to NATO combined. However, a lot of those will be old. A lot of those won't be working. A lot of those will not be serviced. A lot of those will have problems. They cost a lot of money to maintain them, and it's just one country maintaining them. But an interesting point was made about the nuclear warheads. Russia has to spread them out if the red button gets pressed. NATO just has to aim it at one place. Does that make sense? It's an interesting thing to think about that. Open Seat, thank you for your super chat. You're saying if Russia is having too much trouble with Ukraine, they'd done if they had to face NATO. Yeah, I read that one already, and I agree with you on that. I do agree with you on that one. I think I'm getting all the super chats out of the way for the time being. Guys, thank you. Oh, we've got another one come through. Unigame and Global Firepower does comparisons. I think that might have been it. I'll have a look. Global Firepower. Let's have a look at this. Ah, okay. So, Russia. Let's have a look at the... Right, so this is interesting, this. Richard Baisden, thank you for your super chat. 2022, Russian military strength. For 2022, Russia is ranked 2 out of 140 of the countries considered for the annual GFP review. It holds a whatever score of 0.05. I don't know what that means. Right, let's have an overview. Population ranked 9. This is really good, actually. Thank you for suggesting this. This is pretty cool. We'll get into this a bit. It's Kyle87. You're saying, thank you for your service. What do you think about Russia using thermobaric bombs? Where do you think NATO will draw the line? Nuclear. Well, I think the morality in war is a strange conversation indeed, because we'll have some people go, well, we'll talk about certain wars and certain weapon systems that get used, and they go, oh, it was terrible that they used flamethrowers and this and that. But the thing that bothers me is, well, war in general is not moral. It can't be morally justified. I had this argument with a padre about, is killing morally justified in war? And I said, no, it can't be. I says, it might happen. You might be trained to do it. You might have very good bloody reason to do it and be happy that you've went through with it. But it doesn't. You can never ever morally say it's right to do it on a moral sense. Why? Because you don't get to move the goalposts on morality. It's either moral or it's not. You don't have to agree with it. It doesn't have to agree with your agenda. But guess what? Morality doesn't care. Morality is either present or it isn't. Is war moral? No, I don't think it is. How can it ever be morally justified? Do you see where I'm going? Or am I on a completely different wavelength? I don't know, guys. Is there good reason for us to go to war sometimes? Of course, of course there is in certain situations, but just because you might have a justification for it in a different sense, you can't then start talking about morality, because that's a massive area where you don't get to control. You don't get to set the goalposts. You don't get to control the parameters, all right? It's there in stone. The rules is the rules. Boom. A little rant there. Rod Undefined. Rod, thank you for your super chat. You're saying, I did see drone footage of direct artillery strike from Ukraine. It was hitting fuel trucks. Now you're mentioning the convoy has halted. I'm wondering if it was an effective defense strategy. Let me digest that in a second. I did see drone footage of directed artillery strike from Ukraine. It was hitting fuel trucks. Now you're mentioning the convoy is halted. I'm wondering if it might have been an effective defense strategy from Ukraine, if that's what you're saying. But we haven't heard any reports of that being the case. But it might be. It might have been effective defensive fire. But we haven't had any information to suggest that. It's an interesting topic to explore, though. Rod, if you could go do some research, I'd appreciate that. Open Seat, thank you for your super chat. You're saying this will be Russia's Suez crisis, but way worse. They're done. I think they're done. I think there's no way back from this. History is... we'll be talking about this in 100 years like we talked about World War I and II. It's comparable. Especially if it escalates, you know? Darth Cynical again with the super chat. You're saying, do we have to allow Putin some sort of gain in the end to avoid World War III? It seems with an ego like that, he must save face. Yeah, I think we do have to probably... I think we see what happens first, though. We extend it out to see how far he's going to go, see how withdrawn he becomes. See how effective actually the Russian people have the ability to stop this. I think there's enough people in Russia to go, now we're sick of this. We're not listening to this crap anymore. The people have the power. But there is an ego at stake here, and it's Russia. It's Putin's ego. It's not the ego of Russia. It's Putin. I don't think we'll allow him any saving grace, though. I think we'll push him as hard as he can go, and I think he'll crumble. Xander Sheepers says, why can't forces such as the French Foreign Legion get involved? They are independent from France, which makes them independent from NATO. No, they're not independent from France. The people who subject themselves to serve for the Foreign Legion are independent from France. But they, as a entity, aren't independent from France. Does that make sense? Pretty sure that's the case anyway. Don't quote me too much on that, but I pretty much think that's how it works. Interesting point though. Packers DNA. I spoke to you yesterday. Welcome back to the stream. At this point, I'm more concerned about a cyber attack on the US in the USA than a nuke. Russia has massive ability in that area. They do, but don't underestimate the massive capabilities that America has as well, and other countries. All right. Otherwise, we see these things happening all the time. But Britain and America also have a fantastic capability. But you're right in what you're saying. It only takes one cyber attack to ruin certain things. I think they'll have a contingency plan. All right. That's one thing America has a good thing, a good gist of is contingency plans. America's not stupid. Let's put it that way. They've got this. You know, they've got this. They've came through a lot of adversity, America, to make the right decisions and things. But good point you make. Luke Bruce, thank you for the super chat, but you retracted your message. Okay. Right, we'll get back into this then. So the breakdown, the overview of Russia. Rank 9 in population, paramilitary rank 11. Who's ranking these, by the way? Manpower is rank 9. Total aircraft rank 2. But this is the thing, the aircraft ranking, right, on the world stage is the second in the world. It's not entirely true though, is it? Well, it is true by country, but if we wanted to be very specific about it, America has the top 2 spots, but it's the same country. So you've got the US Air Force, and then the second biggest Air Force belongs to the Marine Corps. So they're really powerful. The real Slim Shady is in the chat. Thank you for your super chat. You're saying if NATO gets involved in this, the US will be having bases in Russia when this is said and done. Yeah. I don't know about that. I think they'd have bases in and around Russia, which is obviously, Ukraine would have been one of those places. I don't think in Russia, no. I don't think. It's not like Germany. I mean, the reparations that they had to pay for the cost of World War II and stuff like that. But let's face it, it was World War II. All right, this at the moment isn't. It's a country-by-country war. And at the moment, technically speaking, Russia and America and Russia and UK are at peace with each other. Technically speaking, are at peace with each other. It's a technicality. 8 troops are coming past 20 past 10. So a little bit of admin before we move into the next bit of the stream. If you could, I'd be very, very grateful if you could spare 2 seconds. It costs nothing to smash that like button. Let's get 913 likes over 1,000. We have the ability to do it right now because we've got over 1,200 people concurrently viewing this stream, enjoying the stream, and I'm enjoying the stream. But if we could get those likes to match the concurrent viewers, it would make perfect sense for one, and I'd be really, really appreciative. You never underestimate the power of a like, guys, okay? It really does help us out. There we go, 1,035 likes, 1,056. Let's get them up. We can surpass 1,100 easy. We keep on going. Come on. Let's go, troops. Thanks. We did it. We got past 1,000. Our goal for this evening is to hit 2,000 likes as it was yesterday. So we've got less than 900 to go, actually. Let's go, troops. Let's go, champ. Who's that from? Yeah, these... Right, what I'm looking at, right? Logistics. This is interesting because we're talking about military strength of Russia. We're seeing a big problem logistically. We always have. Land force totals by country in the world for logistics for the labor force. Rank 6 out of 140. Bet your bottom dollar that number's pretty low in terms of its higher ranking. Because it's a communist country and, it's forced labor, really. They don't have to ask, they tell. So that's why I think they've got that score. Merchant Marine Fleet, same. Ports, trade terminals, 13 out of 140. Okay. Roadway coverage, 5 out of 140. That's pretty damn good. Railway coverage is immense. Airport is pretty good as well. So overall, pretty good logistically, but they don't. So if they've got if they've got the ability and they've got the infrastructure to have good logistics, and they aren't good at logistics, there's a definite breakdown in leadership quality. All right. And what we're saying is, and this has proven my point, you might have all the infrastructure, you might have all the kit and equipment, but if you have people working for you who are just yes men, then it's not going to work. The most important people not to have in a business, if we're looking at it from a business sense, is yes men. Yes men will tell you what you want to hear until the world crumbles around you, and they'll still tell you how great you are. That's the problem. That's the problem, man. You know? Sorry, I've just read a comment there. It's I'm not going to read that. It's quite funny, actually, that. 1,188 likes, troops. Let's get it over. Let's push it over 200. 1,200. Come on, let's go. Let's go, troops. We can do it. Boom. Press that like button. Let's go. I'm done with this military strength thing, actually. Not really getting much out of it. Right, we need to have a delve into this map. We haven't had a delve into it for a little while. Right, let's go. Let's all do this. Right, what's going on? Right, so let's look over here. 3 hours ago, Poland's Prime Minister had to be excluded from EU sanctions due to transactions related to energy supplies to the EU. This is unacceptable. Oh, this is interesting. Is this US news? Right, this could be very interesting. What is going on here? Right, so listen to this. Ukraine's commander-in-chief of the armed forces, Lieutenant General whatever, spoke with the commander of the US European Command and NATO Supreme Allied Commanders Europe, Todd Walters, and the chairman of the... Right, so do you think there's a chance that... I don't know what the correct terminology would be, but we'll just use the phrase fast track. Is there going to be a fast track route for Ukraine into NATO? Do you think that could happen during this conflict? Do you think that could happen during this conflict? It's an interesting one, that. You know, I think there's a chance that this could happen during the conflict. McLaren F1 says no. Let me hear your thoughts, guys. What's the chances of it happening? I mean, one thing that would mean as a result is NATO would be, like you say, we'd be obligated to help. Is that the agenda that NATO wants? Do they want to get involved in this? Is that the flavour? Interesting, guys. Interesting indeed. I'm going to be watching that closely to see what happens. Right, that's way over there. Let's get back here. Right, what's going on here? Is this that convoy? 9 hours ago, right, a convoy of Russian military equipment with V marks moving along the M10 highway. Russian military equipment. That's not the same one though, is it? I don't think that's the same one. These are just normal people taking these videos. What's going on here? Ballistic missile was launched from 11 hours ago. I can't get any source on that one. 8 hours ago. Oh, God. 2 killed and 5 wounded as a result of airstrike in Khorasan region. So we're getting airstrikes in that region there. Russian helicopter on the ground after clashes near Babyitsy village in Kiev region. So Kiev is seeing Russian casualties again. Ukrainian territorial defense repelled Russian attack near Kryty. Where's the source for this? Let's go. Telegram. It's a thing we can't read them because they're not in the language we need. Right, let's see what the Independent says about this. So when was this from? Right, so this is quite old. First, 6 days ago. So that's not really good. Oh, this is interesting. This is what I was wanting to look at, actually. This is what I was wanting to look at earlier. Curl your hair. Curl your hair, thank you for your super chat. You're saying a Romanian MiG went dark, NATO was notified. Yeah, we were speaking about that earlier, actually. Hopefully it's nothing too bad, guys. Hey, we've actually got more likes than we got concurrent views at the moment. Thanks for smashing that like button, troops. Let's go. Ukraine, Russia news live. Moscow claims its troops have taken Kherson as blast heard near Kiev station. So Kherson was close to being taken yesterday, I believe, when we were covering this. So it's obviously fallen now. Russian troops have taken complete control of Ukraine's port city of Kherson. Spokesman for Moscow Defense Ministry has claimed. Major General Igor said the city is still running as normal and that there are no food or essential goods shortages yet. He claimed on Wednesday that talks are underway between Russian personnel and city admin and maintaining order in the city. It comes after a senior US defense official said on Wednesday that Kherson is very much a contested city at this point. Meanwhile, a powerful explosion has been heard near a railway station in central Kiev, which could leave parts of the capital without heating. An advisor to Ukraine's Interior Ministry has said. Got a few more super chats coming through, guys. Apologies, I need to get through them. Look, Bruce, thank you for your super chat. Make sure you get a question on that, buddy, so we can answer it as best we can. Unigamer, thank you for your super chat. You're saying, I think NATO wants options, enough bridges to pick. What options? What options are we talking about, Unigamer? That's what I want to know. Okay, the country's state railway company has since said a Russian airstrike hit an area near the Southern Railway Station and the Ibis Hotel. I like the Ibis Hotels. From which they said thousands of women and children are attempting to flee the conflict. Right, where is this? Where's this at? This can't be in Kiev. The country's state railway company has said a Russian airstrike hit an area near the Southern Railway Station and the Ibis Hotel, from which they said thousands of women and children are attempting to flee the conflict. Why are they still there? Why are they still there? It begs belief, man. The station building suffered minor damage and the number of casualties was not yet known. 7 minutes ago. World Bank stops all programs in Russia and Belarus amid Ukraine invasion. World Bank, whoa. The World Bank has halted all programs in Russia and Belarus with immediate effect amid the former's invasion of Ukraine and hostilities against its people. The bank said in a statement on Wednesday that it had not approved any new loans to or investments in Russia since 2014, the year it annexed Crimea. New lending to Belarus has not been approved since mid-2020, it added, when the United States imposed sanctions on the country over a disputed presidential election. Wow. we're going to see a big drop in the economy for Russia. We've already seen the stock market affected in a massive way. We've never seen a drop quite like it 6 days ago. It was incredible 6 or 7 days ago. This is going to just put them out of business. What is Putin thinking, man? Has he got a plan to escape to Mars or something? Is there like another colony elsewhere in the universe that he's planning on moving to that we don't know about? What's he planning, man? It seems like he's planning his own fall, if that makes sense. Hey, Benjamin Lindqvist. Hope I've pronounced your name properly there, brother. Thank you very much for your kind super chat. You're saying greetings from Sweden. A couple of Russian planes took a little trip into Swedish airspace today, seen by some JAS 39 Gripen. What was Russian planes doing in Swedish airspace? Did you guys respond? Did you send any Strids pilots? Did you send any pilots into the airspace to counteract that? Surely you did. I mean, they're pushing boundaries by doing that big time. Wow. Okay, so what else we got? 19 minutes ago, UK and allies push for swift war crime probe into Putin's invasion of Ukraine. Britain and dozens of allies are pressing for an investigation to be launched rapidly into Vladimir Putin's bombardment of the Ukraine cities after Boris Johnson accused the president of war crimes. The Prime Minister said Mr. Putin cannot commit these horrific acts with impunity after 37 countries joined the UK on Wednesday in referring Moscow to the International Criminal Court, the ICC. That's big. It's a big deal. The move allowing the ICC prosecutor to proceed straight to investigations without the need for judicial approval came as Ukraine's capital Kiev braced for a siege. Second city, Kharkiv, reeled from a further strikes and control of the port was contested. Well, it's not contested anymore. They've actually got it now. They've actually got the port. As far as the news is concerned anyway, it's stating that that's the case. Hey, we've got a super chat question or statement from Arctic Fox. You're saying, I do not believe the European Union will take in Ukraine at this time because it would drag them in. Their side of the coin is if they did take them in, that would force the US into the fight. Or would they stay out? No, I think it would force the US in to fight. Well, directly anyway. They would be directly involved. They're indirectly involved now. We all know that. We all know there's countries indirectly involved. If you are allowing your citizens volunteer to go into the Foreign Legion of Ukraine, then you're indirectly involved. All right? You're indirectly involved. Thank you for your super chat, buddy. LB Butcher, thank you for your super chat. I spoke to you yesterday. It's good to see you back, brother. You're saying, hey, brother, what I was saying last night, there's about 30,000 Marines that said no to the jab, got a general discharge. Is that serious? I don't know if that's the case in the United Kingdom. I don't think it is. I know there's some guys haven't had 30,000. Surely they haven't gotten discharged. That puts them... I mean, the US Marines are massive anyway as an entity, but that's a big number for Marines. That's a... What is that, like a third or something of their force? A quarter of their manpower? Shocking isn't even the word. The US Marines has got a lot of problems going on right now. We could talk on a different stream about that if you wanted to. There's some real problems in the United States Marine Corps at this moment in time. Politics is controlling that corps in an unfavourable way at the moment, and the forefathers that came before us of the greater generations that built the corps, the US Marine Corps, will be rolling in their graves at the things that's going on right now. Yeah, I've got a soft spot for Marines anyway, but yeah, I don't like what's going on at this moment, man. You know, thank you for your super chat, buddy. Digger Gaming, thank you for your super chat, my friend. Uni Gaming, thank you for your super chat. You're saying, did you hear of the Horlivka offense? I'm late. No. What is that? Horlivka offensive. What is it? I want to look that up. Let me look at that. There's nothing on. Actually, on March the 2nd, Ukrainian Visor stated that the Ukrainian forces went on the offensive the first time during the war, advancing towards Horlivka. Reports declared that a part of the city is being captured, although this claim has not been independently verified. Hang on a minute. Right, so they're actually taking the fight to them. So the confidence is up. That's what you're saying? The confidence is up. The confidence is through the roof if that's the case. That's what that reads to me. Otherwise, they wouldn't have went on the offensive. I'm impressed, man. I expect to see more stories like that coming out of the woodworks very, very soon, to be honest with you. Unanimous, again, thank you for your super chat. You're seeing 1.2 thousand viewers. Like and subscribe. Join the members club if financially able to do so. This is how he is able to provide for his family now. Price is what you pay. Value is what you get. Do your part. Hey, thank you, man. That's very humbling, Unanimous. That's very humbling, brother. Thank you. I'm duty bound to try my best. That's all I can say. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. LB Butcher, yes, 100%. I know 100 facts. Right, okay, guys, let's get back into this. I was enjoying reading this, actually. UK and allies push for swift war crimes probe. Yeah, we've done that. 38 nations teamed up to press International Criminal Court to rapidly launch an investigation. That's happening then. What's CNN say?
You can help.
Right, we don't want to watch that. No disrespect. We're gonna skip that. Right, what are you saying? What are we saying?
Children. I'm seeing hospitals being bombed. I'm seeing churches being bombed. It's difficult. I don't know what to tell you. What am I seeing? I'm seeing my people die. I'm seeing all sorts of horrible things. I studied crimes against humanity at the university. I studied international humanitarian law. I never thought I would see this with my own eyes.
Same.
In my peaceful country. So yeah, this is what I'm seeing.
I feel for her, man. No one should see that crap. Margot, hey, I remember you from yesterday. Thank you for your super chat. You're saying politics are ruining more than our military, USA. Yeah, there's a lot of troubles over there. I will say this, and I want to be loud and clear on this. And I've said it at the detriment of subscribers before. You know, some subscribers left the channel. I seen the chat, the subscriber count go down with me. I'm not going to harp on about it, but I'm British. I'm proud. I'm a patriot of Britain, but I'm also a massive patriot of America. I love America. I love what America stands for freedom. I love the fact that, you know, if there was ever going to be a world police and that title exists, then if that title belongs to America, I'm happy with that. I like America. You know, America's a great, great country. All right. Most Americans, you know, the original forefathers of America who built the place up, you know, their origins genetically are from the United Kingdom. A lot of them, anyway, not all of them. So I've got a massive love for America. It saddens me that there's portions of your society that's weak and frail and arguing amongst each other. I don't know what would make you guys unite, but hey, if I can be positive about my love for America, then that's all I'll be. But I won't change that. All right, I'll not get involved in the political garbage and let it change my opinion of a great country. And that's as simple as that, guys. It's as simple as that. That's all I've got to say on that. Thank you for your super chat. It's a hoax. Is saying, is there more of a direct way to contact you as someone who could be an advisor on certain things, such as giving you more direct info regarding US Navy, Marine stuff and capabilities versus random super chats? Yeah, you can Instagram me. If I'm honest with you, So what I tend to do, and I'll let you know right now, I've always been this way with everything I do. I woke up one day, says I'm rejoining, I'm going back into the Marines. I did it. I woke up one day, said I'm going to leave the military. I did it. I woke up one day, said I'm going to join YouTube. I did it. And half an hour before doing this live stream, I said I'm going to do it earlier. So I did it. There's not for a lack of effort. It's just, you know, I can research all day if I want and get all the pertinent points in my head and forget them all right before the stream, or I can just go, right, I'm doing a stream, let's see where it goes. That's the way I am. Every reaction I do as a complete blindfold. I don't research it at all because I want to react authentically, whether I've got a skills gap or whether I've got a knowledge gap on whatever topic I'm talking about, then so be it. But I want it to be authentic. And again, I want you guys to create the content and me to react on that content and give my opinion. It's just the way I like. That's what makes this channel dynamic, different to others. Normally you tune in to be told stuff. But on this channel, I don't like to tell anyone anything in particular. I don't like to ram any information down the throat. I like to see what your narrative is. I like to feed the fire, and I like to either go with the wind or go against it. But either way, you're going to get an honest reaction from me, if that makes sense, whether there's a skills gap or not. But in terms of, to answer your question, it's a hoax. If you want to contact me, you can probably do that via Instagram. That's probably the best way, buddy, where we can chat. I'm more active on Instagram than most places, actually. So, yeah, hope that answers your question, buddy. Thank you for your super chat, man. I appreciate that, dude. I really appreciate it. Next super chat is from James Anglem. You're saying, do you think Ukraine will end up like Somalia? Ooh, now we're talking about East Africa. I'm going to like this question. I haven't read it all yet. What are you saying? Where the capital holds up and the rest of the country ends up tribal? Or do you think Russia is just trying to take it all? So in terms of Somalia, the capital just about holds up. Just about. It's tinkering on the edge there, isn't it? It's really tinkering on the edges. That's why there's still a lot of private military contractor work in Somalia for that very reason, man. You know, Somalia is a strange place. I don't think the Ukraine ends up like Somalia, no. But then again, it does. It actually, no. I'm on a completely flip side that. If Russia's successful with their invasion, yes. I think it could. But if not, no, definitely not. No, things go back to business as usual. That's the way the Ukrainians do it. Business as usual, man. Hey, troops, we're hitting on 11:15. 1 minute of administrative points. So if you're new to the channel, you haven't subscribed yet or anything like that, then please subscribe to the channel. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, you guys know what to do. Please smash that like button. It really does help. Just takes 2 seconds. It costs you nothing to do. Let's see those likes push from over 1,400 to over 1,500. Let's get 2,000 likes before the end of the stream. That's my goal, guys. Let's go. Let's get them numbers up. Come on, just everyone press it. The numbers are going. That's good. Let's go. If you want to become a member, like there's a few you guys in the chat. There's quite a lot of you guys in the chat. If you want to become a member, then the link is in the description, troops. You're more than welcome to join the greatest club, in my personal opinion, on YouTube. That's just my personal opinion. There's nothing special about it. You're either in the club or you're not. Simple as that. And everyone's welcome. Right, what have we got here, guys? I need to catch up with these super chats, man. That was a good question, James. Thank you for that, buddy. Brian Rayborn, I've spoken to you before, buddy. Welcome back. You're saying, watched an interview with General Petraeus retired. Why a no-fly zone over UA can't be declared. RU has established radar in UA. If fired upon, this would mean imminent retaliation. Hands tied for now. Ooh. Let me look up who this geezer is. Who is this geezer you talk of? When did he retire? David Howell Petraeus, born 52, is a retired U.S. States Army general and public official. He served as a director of the Central Intelligence. Whoa, he's a big boy then. From 2011 until his resignation in 2012. Prior to his assuming the directorship of the CIA. That's a big deal, guys. He served 37 years in the U.S. Army. Wow, his last assignments in the Army were as a commander of the International Security Assistance Force, ISAF, and Commander U.S. Forces, Afghanistan, July 10 11. His other 4-star assignment included serving as the 10th Commander, U.S. Central Command. He has a degree from the U.S. Military Academy, graduated 74, distinction, top cadet, top 5% of his class. He's a smart guy then. Let's read a bit more about him a bit later, guys. Read a bit more. Brian, thank you for your super chat. It's a Hawks is saying, this wasn't anything on your reaction to certain things. You always ask about certain things, but it's hard to filter actual information. I don't use social media. That's a habit from my time in service. Okay. I misread your question. Sorry about that, buddy. First and foremost, thank you for your service, brother. I appreciate that. If you don't use social media, I guess we're at a bit of a stalemate in that respect. If you haven't got Instagram, get Instagram. It's pretty cool. That's where I'm active. I'm on Twitter as well. I doubt you'll be on TikTok. Discord, but Discord social media as well. It's a tough one, that, man. Sorry about that. It's a hoax. Right, what else have we got here? Troops, El Trupios. Unanimous is saying, treat the like button like you treat Putin. Hit it. yeah, hit the like button, troops. Let's get it over 1,500 likes. I like that, Unanimous. Dr. Shoots, hey, welcome back to the channel, buddy. I spoke to you yesterday, I believe. Excuse me. You're saying, do you think they rely on artillery to mitigate human contact and cause anger before they have the chance to meet and talk things out? Assuming you think Ukrainian people try to talk before they shoot, do you think they rely on artillery to, you mean to say mitigate human contact and cause anger? No. I think they rely on artillery. I mean, the use for artillery is to cause ultimate destruction to infrastructure, residential homes, buildings, factories, industry, people. And if it doesn't completely destroy it, its aim is to maim, all right, and to affect it severely. All right, it can destroy the morale of individuals. That's what I think it's there. It's a fantastic tool for a terrible thing. That's the way I would put it. I think that's the best way to sum it up. Christopher Kaufman Jr., thank you for your super chat. You're saying, did you hear about the Turkish ship attacked by Russia in the Black Sea? No, let's look that up right now. Thank you. Let's look that up right now. So this is today. Bomb strikes Turkish-owned ship in Black Sea. No injuries reported. There's loads of indirect people being involved in this then, right? Hey, troops, over 1,500 likes. Let's start spamming that chat with thumbs up, man. Yes, well done, troops. Less than 500 to go. The Turkish officials reported no injuries after a bomb struck a Turkish-owned ship in the Black Sea. The Wall Street Journal reported Turkey's Directorate General of Maritime Affairs confirmed the bombing on Thursday, adding that no one was hurt in the attack. The latest attack highlighted concerns that Russia's invasion of Ukraine would disrupt vital shipping routes in the Black Sea. It has been mentioned that they want to take control of the logistics thing there. Imports, exports, all of that. 70% is what I heard. Don't know how true that is. Which carries most of the world's wheat and other agricultural products, according to the journal. That puts them in a powerful position if they can control that. It makes sense that they want to be, putting themselves in that area of interest. Yeah, we don't need them getting control of that area, that's for sure. It affects everyone, that. JY, thank you for your super chat. You're saying no direct intervention needed, 1 billion in 1 week in military aid already. Peak aid to Afghanistan was 1 billion over a year ago. Russia is screwed. Peak aid to Afghanistan was 1 billion over a year ago, and we've reached 1 billion in 1 week. So it's worked. It's worked in that respect. That's a very interesting statistic. Where have you getting that information from, JY? I'd be interested to look into that further, buddy. This comes as Turkey has shown support for Ukraine during the ordeal. Even though Turkish President Recep has a close relationship with Putin. That doesn't make any sense then. Turkey supports Ukraine's struggle to preserve its territorial integrity, he said in an address on Thursday, adding that he also condemns Russia's invasion of the country. He should condemn it. Turkey has purchased weapons from Russia, but it's also a member of NATO, and has sold drones to Ukraine that were used in its conflict with Russian separatists, the journal reported. This comes as Putin announced that Russia has launched a military operation in Ukraine on Thursday. In a televised address before the attack, Putin claimed the operation is aimed to protect eastern Ukraine from what he called a regime. The Kremlin has been building its forces along the Ukrainian border for weeks, also conducting joint military operations in Belarus. The United States and its NATO allies have issued firm warnings to Russia to push back on their invasion attempt in the hope to lower tensions in the region. According to Ukraine's ambassador to Turkey, Turkey is also debating whether to ban Russian ships from entering the Black Sea through 2 straits that Turkey controls. This is just, if once you look, it's like a minefield of how deep this is going, man. Begs belief, man, this. Right, what we got in this map? Let's have a look. This map is working a lot better today, actually. 29 minutes ago, Marnia Finia, a national member of the OSCE Special Monitoring Mission to Ukraine, died in shelling. That's bad. What's this then? It's a tweet. Marnia Finina, a national member, Special Monitoring Mission to Ukraine, died in shelling. How deep is... So what's this say? This is bad. Our deepest condolences and sympathies go to Marnia's family. Marnia was a valued member of the SMM team, and our colleagues in Ukraine remain in close contact with her family to offer our support. What do you guys think of this? Let me know in the chat, guys. What do you guys think of this? Marnia was killed while getting supplies for her family. That's terrible. In a city that has become a war zone. In Kharkiv, so it was... In Kharkiv, that's where it was. In other cities and towns in Ukraine, missiles, shells, and rockets are hitting residential buildings and town centres, killing and injuring innocent civilians, women, men, and children alike. Goddamn disgusting. Despite repeated calls from across the international community and from across the OSCE, the unprovoked military operation against Ukraine continues. We strongly condemn the increased shelling in urban area centres, causing death and injury to civilians, and reiterate our call on the Russian Federation for an immediate cessation of hostility. Oh, man. I don't think we're going to get a meaningful dialogue, though. That's the thing. I don't think that's going to take place. What's been said. Mike Coyle says, sorry for the loss of a hero committed to delivering peace for all. This is awful. Rest in peace. That is terrible. It's terrible. Thank you for your super chat, Duke Flanagan. Get a question in there next time, buddy, if you can. I'd appreciate that. Oh, you have, actually. Do you think if China supported the rest of the world, this war would not have happened? It's a broad one, that. Do you think if China supported the rest of the world, this war would not have happened? I don't know, man. It's really broad, that one, isn't it? It's a broad one, that. Tell you what, guys. If you've just joined, I'm going to go to the toilet. I need a wee. I will be about, 30, 40, 50 seconds. In the meantime, if you can stay around, I'll be right back. If you can stay around, if you can like the video, our goal is to get over 2,000 likes. We're going to get back into this map, and we're going to go on to this live update. This one, where is it? Yeah, this is a good article. I want to read this because apparently Russia-Ukraine live updates, Third World War would be nuclear, according to Lavrov. Of course it's going to be nuclear. But before I go to the toilet, Bullpup is saying, do you think we could have a situation like Korea where MiGs would fly out of China, Ukraine in theory fly their air force from Romania, possibly? A situation like Korea where MiGs fly out of China? So Ukraine fly their air force from Romania? Oh, in terms of stationing them there? Yeah, I mean, it would make good strategical sense if you wanted to preserve your... But then again, it's dangerous because you're getting Romania involved, aren't you? And you're running the risk of them being attacked as a result of that. Guys, I'll be right back. I'm just going to the toilet. Don't go anywhere. I want to see over 1,000 viewers still in the chat, right? So don't bloody go anywhere. That's an order. Do you hear me? I want to see concurrent viewers still over 1,000. Do not go anywhere. That's a bloody order. All right. $977. Who has disobeyed the orders? Fire them. Burn them with fire. I feel really refreshed, actually. Need a good old toilet break, don't you? Now and again. What have I missed, troops? What have I missed? What's been going on? Right. Time for a H2O break. Troops, if you want to go get a cup of tea or something, or a coffee, or a drink, now's the time to do it, man. Now's the time to do it. We'll have a little bit of an admin break. It's just past 2300 here. Cheers. MH, thank you for your super chat. I appreciate that, dude. Just hydrating, guys. Gotta hydrate or die, as they say. Hey, Chris with the massive super chat. You're saying, how does this war end without World War III and nuclear war? I don't think Putin will take the loss of prestige or just pulling out. There needs to be some sort of revolution in Russia, in my opinion. I said that. I said that about an hour ago, Chris. I think the change comes when the people of Russia change. Sorry. The people of Russia don't need to... It's not about them changing. It's about them implementing what's going on in their head anyway, because they can't want what's going on right now. No one wants this. The power's with the people on this one. But I do see what you're saying in terms of how it ends. I think Ukraine has got this. I think they're getting enough support economically, getting enough support with... getting enough support from, foreign entities and loads of people volunteering and stuff like that. So I think Ukraine has got this. I think it'll be relatively short. I think it'll just end up in not a stalemate, but I think Russia will just... I think it'll be an embarrassing loss for them. I think they'll take the L. And then sanctions will continue to bombard Russia, and it just doesn't look good from here on. I don't think World War III is going to escalate from this. It can't. It's just not... It's not going to materialise into this. It can't. John Tibbles. I was actually in Delta Company with Marine Tibbles. He was a fantastic Marine. Why is Georgia highlighted on the interactive map? Where's Georgia? Oh, yes. So it is. Kyle Gillum, thank you for your super chat, brother. Get a question in there. Hey, Josh Bentley. Thank you for your super chat, my friend. You were saying, to me, this entire conflict, Putin has been bluffing the West into inaction. If troops were sent by the US, do you think Russia would use nuclear weapons? In my opinion, he wouldn't, as it would mean mad. In short, I think if the US got involved, Russia's not in a predicament to use. A typical bullying tactic is pretending and giving the image of you are more than you are. More than you are physically, emotionally, spiritually, in stature. But really inside you're a little frail person. You're a frail person. Frail mentality. Innocence. All right? Weak-minded, emotionally unstable. Physically inept. All of these things. That's what a bully is. But the one thing that they're pretty good at is pretending to be the contrary. But we normally see when confronted, even remotely, the bully doesn't even have an ounce of fight in him. They cower straight away. So I think if pushed even slightly, I think we're going to see just that, cowering, potentially. But I don't know, what do you guys think? I'll leave that up to you. Great question, Josh. Thank you for that. Alexandru, thank you for your super chat. You're saying, what will it mean if Russia installs martial law? Credible sources talk about this more than rumour. If they install martial law, is it really going to be too different to the way the Russians live now? I want to ask you guys that question back. Is martial law... Right, martial law in America would be horrendous. It would be a horrendous escalation. Martial law in Great Britain would be unthinkable. Martial law in Ukraine, in Russia, is that really that bad of an escalation compared to how they already live, bearing in mind the communist regime. Think about that for a second. I'd be really interested to hear your guys' thoughts on that. What do you think about that? Didn't really seem that much of an escalation to me. It's all relative to where you live and how you live anywhere. Does that make sense? Linus Larson, hey, good to see you here again. You're saying funny thought. Funny thought. What if, just if Russia joins NATO? What did I say to that? What if? Hey, there'd be one heck of a. You need a bully in a group, don't you? There's always a bully in a group. I don't know. What if Russia joins NATO? What if Ukraine gets sanctioned? That'd be a curveball, wouldn't it? Hey, troops, we're nearly at 1,700 likes. Come on, let's get it over 1,700. Oh, man, these super chats. What's happening is now we've had all the serious stuff come through. Now we're getting to the funny stuff, all right? I welcome the funny super chats as well, by the way. I'm not discriminating against them. Boy, that again. Hey, buddy. What are you saying? Russia are really struggling with manpower. If you look at the far east of Russia on the map, you can see info of troops being moved to the west. It's not looking good if they're moving troops about. A country that big anyway. Do you know what I mean? What's I'm Ted and I'm... What a name. So we've just had a super chat from a guy called I'm Ted and I'm Fat. Well, hey, Fat Ted. You're saying I read a year or two ago that Putin may have Parkinson's disease, and I think that this could possibly be affecting how he's acting. Hopefully he hasn't got his hand over that red button then if he's got the shakes. On a serious note though, with health, he's 69 years old. 69 years old, man. So yeah, health deterioration is a real thing to consider. I mean, look at President Biden. His health is, at least it's appearing to be degrading quite rapidly. That's the appearance. Has the appearance of that. Hey, actually, I forgot to do a little bit of admin. Troops, so our aim tonight is to get over 2,000 likes. We're very close to that. So if you haven't liked the stream yet, it takes 2 seconds and it costs you nothing. Please hit that like button. It really does help me out. The second most important thing for me is we're trying to build our members community. I can go into all the obvious reasons, but I'm honest, all right? I am honest. The memberships help me out financially, help me to be able to sustain doing this on a day-to-day basis. This is my full-time job now, so this is how I get through life. I'm not going to get the violins or anything out, but yeah, if you want to become a member, it would be appreciated by me on more ways than you would imagine. So yeah, the memberships is, yeah, I'm not going to push that too hard, but the memberships really mean a lot to me. When I see you guys commenting, you've got that logo next to your name, which stipulates that you're a member. It reminds me of how grateful I am to you guys, actually. So yeah, I'd appreciate you joining the club, troops, and the link is in the chat. It's pinned to the top. That's all I'll say on that. What else have we got here? Christopher Segerland, thank you for your super chat. Make sure you get a question in that next time, buddy. I appreciate that. Excuse me. I'm missing a few of these, actually. DL Hemingway, hey, good to see you here again. Thank you for your super chat. Make sure you get a question in these super chats, troops. You don't have to, but I do appreciate the questions. It's good for conversation. One error, thank you for your super chat. Very kind of you. You're saying, yeah, our US president has about 6 brain cells left. It's a bit sad having the leader of the free world not being able to complete a sentence, yeah. But on a serious note, with regards to that, it's also sad that we have to witness the quite publicly the decline of a leader's health. It's an obvious decline of health that we're seeing, isn't it? You know, being serious about it, not trying to be too horrible about the situation. We're seeing an actual decline in a man's health. And that's not nice in its sense. Christopher Segaland, thank you again for the 10. Thank you, buddy. Kyle Gillum, thank you for your super chat. You're saying, what mapping and communication software do you think is best for civilians to increase survival chances of non-combatants? Right, so mapping and communication software. Do I think is best for civilians to increase survival chances of non-combatants? So I'm guessing I'm going to presume that you're thinking about this in a hypothetical situation. So I'm going to put myself in a hypothetical situation where hypothetically I'm going to pretend that I'm not a Royal Marines commander. I'm going to pretend that that isn't the case. I'm going to pretend that I've got no experience. I'm going to pretend that I'm in a situation of survival where I need to use mapping and communication software. What am I using and why? Well, first and foremost, you have to pretend that the infrastructure is being taken out. So you have to pretend that social media doesn't work in the same way as it does before. Your phone doesn't work in the same way as it does before. So technology is out of the question, actually. So communication, it's important to be able to use the Mark 1 communicator, and that's your mouth. All right, communicate effectively with the people around you and make sure you maintain relationships wisely and choose your friends wisely in a survival situation. Keep your group small, but not small enough to be effective. So yeah, I mean, communication software I think goes out of the question when you're at war. I think none of it's ideal. Does that make sense? Someone's saying watch. What's this scribble maps? Someone's saying watch. President of Ukraine plays piano with balls. I don't want to get I don't want to get wrong. Ooh. This is right, okay. This is gonna be cool, guys. Right, sorry, I've missed a few of your super chats, troops. Apologies. DL Hemingway, thank you. Actually, where am I? Charles Cutter, thank you for your super chat. You're saying, I live in the United States and I do hate war, but if the United States have to go to war to protect the rights of other countries, then I'm all in. That is just my opinion. Charles, I respect a man who respects his opinion. I respect your opinion greatly. Thank you for commenting. I respect your opinion too, buddy. That's what it's all about. It's about opinions on here. 1776, why? That's how many likes there is. Why is that date poignant to me? Hey guys, look at the size of Ukraine, man. It's not a small place, is it? wow. This is cool. Right, I like this. Oh. Right, I like this. I like this. What? So we can do our own stuff on here. Kidding me. All right, so what's this? Kid. Right, that doesn't work. How do you do, what am I doing here then? Sorry guys, I'm just having a bit of a play about here. Ah, look at this. I'm like a kid here. That's some cool shit. I'm not gonna lie. Right, we need to have a think about how we're gonna incorporate that in the stream pretty soon. Hey, Chris Scanapiecchio. Scanapiescio? Chris, welcome to Gendit Members Club, brother. I really do appreciate you subscribing to the club. I appreciate that, my friend. I welcome you all, and I look forward to chatting to you after this. Thank you. AA Ron, you're saying, good to see you over on Arthur's channel. This content is a bit more serious than I'm used to seeing on your channel. Keep doing the good fight, mate. Hey, you know what? I am quite a serious dude. The thing is with this is the reaction type stuff is a very, very unique type of content, but it doesn't necessarily represent me fully as a person. I'm quite boring in many ways, all right? But there's one thing I've learned about boring, and there's one thing I've learned about pretend to be exciting, is actually there's a lot more people can relate to being boring in life and likes what I would class as boring stuff. There's a lot more people can relate to that than I actually thought. So I'm just thinking, well, I'll just go with the way I truly am. All right, talking in my head, talking what some people might be like, it's just talking rubbish, really. But we have fun on here, and there's a lot of people on here right now listening. So it's like, well, there's actually more people likes that side of me than the other side. Does that make sense? So it's a pleasure to just be normal, I guess. Do you know what I mean? Excuse me. Tim Bowman. Thank you for your super chat. You're saying, are calls for NATO expansions making matters worse necessarily? I think it is provoking the situation, but it's not like it's... So you've got someone at school, and you've got... I'm trying to think of an analogy. Your wife's pregnant, and she asks you, does she look nice in the jeans that clearly don't fit her anymore? And you saying, well, we can get you a bigger size. You're not trying to be horrible, but it's certainly provoking the situation. Why? Because she's sensitive at that time. It's the same with Russia-Ukraine. It's a sensitive situation, and the fact that NATO wants to expand into with Ukraine, it just doesn't make matters good. Since 2014, there's been a problem going on there. It just doesn't make it any better, does it? So yeah, it's indirect provocation. I don't think it's there's a little bit of sting in that. There's a little bit of necessity in that, but I don't think it's it'll be received a lot worse, is what I'm saying. It'll be received a lot worse than it's intended. Hey, Mishap Adventures, welcome to Gendit Members Club. I look forward to speaking to you guys soon. We've got loads of members in the chat, guys. I'm very, very proud to have you guys as members. Seriously. Christopher Segalend, thank you for the 50 sec. Your super chat says 4 Russian fighter jets violated Swedish airspace today. Violations occurred at lunchtime east of Gotland. There were 2 Su-27s and 2 Su-24s. Russian fighter jets violated Swedish airspace. Right, let's have a look at this. 3 hours ago. Swedish Defence Minister calls Russian airspace violation unacceptable. Yeah, you're right. Su-27s and 24s, you were right. Bang on, Christopher. Thank you for that information, buddy. Again, these types of information, guys, I will look them up. As you can see, you put it in there. I'm going to look it up, guys. We're at 1,800 likes, 200 away troops. We've got the power within this next statement to get that 200 likes up. Just, come on, 200 likes to go. Let's go. Let's reduce that number. Smash them likes in, troops. Let's get, once I get to 2,000, we just don't talk about it anymore. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with the 2,000. I can't ask for any more than that. Let's go. Come on, troops. We can do it. We can do that. J340. Thank you for your super chat, brother. You're seeing 2 possible outcomes. 1. Right, I need to read this. This is going to be good, I think. You're seeing 2 possible outcomes. The first one being Russian rise up and overthrow current government. Def Western backed. Definitely Western backed. Okay, yeah. So it has to be Western backed for the Russians to rise up. Overthrow the current government. Okay, that would be massive. That would be bigger than. I think that would be bigger than the Ukraine crisis potentially. I think that would be. Yeah, I think that would be worse. 2, Ukraine uses momentum to beat back Russia, leading to the dissolution of Russia, which will break into smaller countries. That's interesting. Maybe this is the start of Russia fracturing apart. If they get beat, where do they go if they get beat, though? That's the question. What happens if Russia get beat in Ukraine? What happens then? Where does Russia go? They don't just go home happy, do they? That's the thing. They don't just be like, oh, well, happy days. Crack on with our normal life now. I don't think it happens that way. What do you think? Very interesting what you say there, Jay. What do you think, though? That's the thing, Jay. What happens if Ukraine does beat Russia, though? Like, truthfully, what do you think? Blast Cap Badger. How you doing, brother? You're seeing my brothers on the ground. Found an intact KA in a field near Krakow, Russia. Pilot just ditched and left it there. I think someone put it on Twitter. Jesus Christ. The Russian pilot just ditched it. Man, hey. Let's get them likes up, troops. Nearly 1,900. Let's go. Hey, Charles Cutter. Welcome to the Gendit Members Club. We've got loads of members in the chat tonight, guys. Let's go, man. Thank you, guys. Members assemble. That's what it's all about. Troops, thank you. Right, back to this then. 4 Russian fighter jets briefly entered Swedish territory over the Baltic Sea on Wednesday, the Swedish Armed Forces said, sparking a swift condemnation from the Swedish Defence Minister. 2 Russian Su-27s and 2 Su-24 fighter jets briefly entered Swedish airspace east of the Swedish island of Gotland in the Baltic Sea. Sweden's armed forces said in a statement, adding that Swedish JAS-39 Gripen jets were sent to document the violation. Oh my goodness. You don't mess with Swedish pilots. That's truth as well. They like train for 5-6 years or something, the Swedes. They're fighter pilots. They're extremely talented airmen and women. Fantastic. Hey, thank you for the super chat, Forever Cuba. You're saying, hi, Gen Dit. I enjoy your content very much. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Forgive me if this has already been asked. Just got home from work. What do you think it's going to take for Putin to call his forces off, or for the US to get involved militarily? So there's 2 parts to that question. Thank you for your question. I like the ones like this. I don't think Putin would ever call his forces off. I think he'd rather see the demise of his military entirely to preserve himself. If he knew he was going to fail himself, he'd just sacrifice it. I don't think he'd be bothered too much about that. I don't think he has any care for the men and women on the battleground. I truly don't. So that one answers that bit. And for the US to get involved militarily is going to take a lot more than I think. I don't think there's any want. I don't think the United States public want to get involved in this. They've been hammered with loss of life and wars for a long time now. And I'm speaking from a British perspective, but my viewpoint is that I don't think there's much want for it from the American people. And I think government would have to listen to it, especially the problems that America's going through at this moment. There's some big changes happening. There's some it's very divided in America at the moment, isn't it? So I don't think this is going to help. So I don't think America will get involved anytime soon, believe it or not. That's just my opinion. Hopefully that answers your question, buddy. Xbox Games, welcome to Gendit Members Club, buddy. That logo looks good next to your name. Appreciate your support. And DL Hemingway, thank you for joining the Gendit Members Club. The members are the most important aspect of this channel, guys. I can't relay that enough. So you guys are special, man. Thank you. Thank you. Troops, we are 101 likes away from reaching our goal of getting 2,000 likes in this live stream. 99 likes away. Let's get them numbers up. It takes 2 seconds to do. Once we get it, we're not going to talk about getting the likes ever again. That's all we need. 2,000. Let's go. Come on. It's closing in, troops. Okay, so the Russian violation of Swedish airspace is, of course, completely unacceptable. Defense Minister Peter Hultqvist told news agency TT it will lead to a firm diplomatic response from Sweden. Swedish sovereignty and territory must always be respected. Sweden's armed forces said the situation was under control and that the incident showed preparedness was good. In the light of current situation, we view these events very seriously. It is very, very serious, and Sweden will be nervous about this as well, man. Sweden's had their run-ins with Russia in the past. Let's not forget about Sweden, Finland, and Russia. Josh Wells, welcome to Gendit Members Club, buddy. Good to have you on board. Elliot Thumb, thank you for your super sticker. You were saying game over. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but okay. Appreciate that, brother. Sweden on Sunday said it would send military aid, including 5,000 anti-tank weapons to the Ukraine, the first time since 1939 that Sweden has sent weapons to a country of war. What? Sweden on Sunday said it would send military aid, including 5,000 anti-tank weapons to Ukraine. The first time since 1939 that Sweden has sent weapons to a country at war. That's mental. Right, actually, seems though there's like 975 people here. I want to ask you something. I want to ask all of you this. If everyone can write your answers in the comments, because it's important to me. Bearing in mind my content that I've done, I've got nearly 750 or something videos out, and about 4, 5, 6 of these live streams that I've been doing. What's the general consensus from everyone in terms of what you prefer? Because for me, it's a no-brainer from what I've seen over the past couple of days. I never thought I'd get into this type of content under these types of circumstances, doing this type of stuff, but I have to say I enjoy the format of it. But how do you guys fare with it? Do you enjoy this? Do you not like it? Do you like my reactions? Do you not like it? I certainly understand now that gaming on my channel is a no-no. That's why I'm going to be gaming on Twitch instead. So you'll see the odd community post saying I'm gaming now, but I'm not going to be doing any more gaming on this channel because it just doesn't work. All right. So if I can just get your consensus in the chat, I would appreciate it so I can just have a look. A lot of people saying they like the live formats, town hall style. Okay. Like it, and be honest, guys. Really enjoy the live streams. I enjoy both. I enjoy the reactions and the live streams. Both are solid. Love all your content. Okay, right. guys, thank you. I don't like to ask too much, but cool. Okay, that answers my question. I appreciate that. Unanimous, thank you for your super chat. You're saying, I love the live streams, plus it gives me a boost in revenue, win-win for everyone. It does. It certainly does. I appreciate, right, okay, I appreciate. Right then, troops, so hopefully if you don't mind, we've got 6 more likes until we get that 2,000. If you don't mind, what I'm going to do is, this is what I'm going to do. If you bear with me ever so slightly, what I'm going to do is this. So this link that I'm going to post, we're coming to not close to the end, but just at this stage in the stream, I want to start. I've got 5 channels, guys. Okay, this format's not going to change at all for this channel. I'm going to continue with this. I'm currently building a studio where I'm going to be doing a podcast, and it's called Just Boxing. I'm going to be doing a number of things on there. We're going to be doing live commentaries like this, but with a much better backdrop. There's going to be myself and my dad, who's a boxing historian, knows everything about it. Myself, who's had over 30 fights, believe it or not. I do know how to box. We're going to be doing live coverage of all of the events, main boxing commentaries and stuff like that. It's going to be pretty good. So that's the live stuff on there. We're also going to be doing boxer tutorial videos, how to throw the perfect right hand, how to slip the punch, ring crafts, all of that type of stuff. Loads of different types of boxing uploads of how-to videos, yeah? We're also going to be launching, and I'm currently building this with a former Royal Navy, Royal Marines Commando boxing, had over 50 fights, boxing coach who's coaching people on a international status at the moment. He's doing fantastic. We're going to be releasing a very fairly priced course, an online course where you can access, and if you want to become boxing fit and learn a few things, that's what we're going to do. So that's going to be on there as well. There's quite a few things we're going to be doing via that channel, and this is the link in the chat. I'm going to be spamming that a few times, and I'm actually going to be willingly putting quite a bit of my own money and funds into that to make that work. We're going to get the right people involved, and it's going to be brilliant. Okay, so if you could all go and subscribe to that channel, look forward for that. Anyway, advert over. Next, because I've noticed a few viewers have dropped off the map there. Right, what was I saying? Actually, I've just seen your question, Joe Chestnut. Sorry about that. Thank you for your super chat. You're saying, a thought may be unlikely. What if Russia started conscription? Population is 146 million. A third is 48.6 million. Russia could gain up to 40 million troops even with supply issues. That amount must give them some advantage. Well, yeah, it does. It does. Numbers don't lie, do they? In simple terms, it certainly will give them an advantage. But I don't think it'd give as much as we'd think. Just think of it as a termite hill. Millions of ants roaming about. It only takes one giant animal to come and trot on them and wipe them out. Does that make sense? A stupid analogy, but you get where I'm going with that. So, troops, I think it's fair to say we've covered quite a bit on this. We've covered quite a bit. It's coming up. It's actually half past the hour now. So, I think it's fair that we try and close this off. We covered quite a bit, more than I actually wanted to cover, which is a good thing. So yeah, I think if for me we've getting over 2,000 likes, that's task done. It's normally a good gauge. Been on here for over 3 hours now, which I'm happy about. As always, I want to thank you guys, the viewer. Without the views, we don't exist. If we don't exist, I don't work. So thank you sincerely for tuning in, appreciating my opinion. Whether it's right or wrong, you guys respect what I have to say, and I respect what you guys have to say. So thank you for challenging me with your questions. Some of them I can answer, some of them I don't have the answers for, but I appreciate the debate. We've got a fantastic community on this channel. I hope that expands. I want to say a massive thank you to all the members who's in the chat with the symbol next to the name. That changes colour, by the way, for however many months you've been a member for. For those that have been a member for a while now, thank you for the continued support. It helps me more than you would ever imagine. And don't worry if I haven't read your comments. I do watch the streams back. It takes me a long time, but I watch it back as best I can, and I do try and get a gist of the flavour of the chat. So if I haven't read your chat because it wasn't a super chat, be rest assured I will try and go back over to see them. Does that make sense? So final thoughts to anyone, please drop them below. So we've got a final thought there from Xbox Games. Whoa, I think that's the biggest. I think that's actually the biggest super chat of the stream. Wow. Thank you, Xbox Games. Wow. You're saying, sorry if this has been asked before, but do you have a Discord server? Yes. I'll put the link in the description now. Bear with me, troops. I'll put the link in the description right now. Discord server. I've got a few channels, guys. I would appreciate it if you all liked them channels, but at the same time, I'm not gonna bombard you with telling you to join and stuff like that, because it's not fair of me to do that. But if you want to go and subscribe to all of my channels that I've got, which I'll be putting content on them, they're in the about section bit. So when you can see the channels, you'll see on the about bit my other channels. This is the Discord server though. Okay, I'm spamming that in the chat now. If you click on that and you want to join it, you're more than welcome, guys. Okay, troops. Christopher Boulay, no like button this time. Sorry, I'm very late tonight. Hey, don't worry about it, brother. But yeah, troops, thank you very much. I can't thank you guys enough. Hey, Mike Sullivan, don't worry, brother. It's fine. But yeah, troops, if go follow the other stuff. Follow my other channels. I do realise with all of the other channels, once they do kick off and I start to put regular content on them, I'm going to be very, very busy. But busy doing things that I want to do. I can't complain. I have a moral obligation to not complain. So that's why I want to keep myself busy with it. Yeah, I do. So this is keeping me very busy at the moment, and it's keeping me up to very. It's 20 to 12 at the moment, but it's an absolute pleasure to do this. It's an absolute pleasure, guys. I really appreciate it. Hey, Effie with the heart. I've just noticed that heart there. So heart back to you. But yeah, final thought I think is gone to Xbox Games actually. So tomorrow I might do a stream during the day. Mitchell and Laura Kirkwood, thank you, and welcome to Gendit Members Club. Yes, welcome to the club. Welcome to the club, man. We've had 15 new members join on this stream. That's very, very, very nice indeed, guys. I'll put a post out in the community tab tonight. Try and answer on there. Get on the community posts, guys. It's good. I might either live stream, do 2 live streams tomorrow, or I might do another early one, because on Friday I've got a few things to do. But yeah, I think we might release a video at some point tomorrow as well with a question on one of your questions actually. So stay tuned for that. One of your questions will be that video. Whoa, Monster Zero with the matching 50 super chat. What are you saying? You said, sad to see the world go to crap. Russia is going to put the hammer down soon. I hope not, man. Once the cities are surrounded, it's going to be a massacre. NATO just needs to press the Ukraine now to accept Russia's conditions. This war reminds me of Chechnya. I hope it doesn't escalate, man. Monster Zero, I really don't. I can't thank you enough for that massive super chat. That might be the closing one, buddy. It might be the closing one. I think you might just have it. If you do want to ask me anything else after this, though, guys, how do I join the members club, Apache? You press the link that's in the chat. So you'll see it linked in the chat. Just press on that. Or if you see the join button on the page, press the join or click the link. You can do that whether you're on... in fact, hang on. I'll get you the link. Let me get the link for you. That's the link to become a member, troops. I will spam it in the chat. Sorry for spamming the chat. I do stream games, Sam M. If you go on Twitch, Dit Commando, that's where I'll be. I might be on there tomorrow. I tend to go on every day for about half an hour or so. Hey, Paul Jensen, welcome to the Dit Members Club. We're very busy. You 693 of you guys are very busy right at the end of the stream. Yeah, I'm not complaining. Veteran Hoffman, how you doing, brother? Hey, dude. Awesome, man. Awesome, guys. Awesome. I enjoyed today. This was a good stream, guys. We covered quite a lot of content that I didn't think we were going to cover. I've been saying this. I do want to cover Taiwan tomorrow during the day at some point. Let me know if you want to see that, though. Taiwan. That could be a good one. I think that could be a good one to do during the day. Completely different to this. It does tie in a bit, but it just changes the flavour. It gets so many different questions by doing that one. So I might do Taiwan during the day. I might do that. I think it'll be fun. Or Taiwan, Central Asia, that type. Yeah, I might do that. Arcane, yeah, that video is actually my greatest video. It's standing at about 3 million, 2.8 million, I think it is at the moment, in terms of views. So that video is literally one of the reasons why my channel's got so many United States fans is because of that video. I've been very lucky with that video. It's probably my best video. Bottoms up. And on that note, troops, I will love you. I will leave you. Thanks very much. And just like we do every single night, because of the ongoing situation in Ukraine, if we can do anything tonight, if the last thought you can have before you go to sleep can be something positive about Ukraine, then do that, because being positive works. All right? Wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, and all the very best to each and every one of you guys. Stay safe out there. Take it easy. Bye-bye.